Guys, welcome to the Lyron Connection, episode 19. We're at episode 19. I know it's been a couple weeks. It seems like that since our last show, but we're here. So much to go over, so much contact. For a brief moment, our last contact was literally, I believe it was August 28th, and then after that, we just been, especially in the last at least 72 hours, bombarded with contact. We're going to go over all that. We're going to talk about and thoroughly discuss the contact. There are some interpretations. We'll go into that. But we'll also talk about the Discord. Discord has really bloomed upon itself to where everyone is kind of like what Tara says is like, it's like a coffee shop where everyone's kind of hanging out, and we've had really great success with that. So welcome. I'm your host, Alexander John. So tonight we'll be going through contact from after the 28th up until just I'll just tell you, the last contact was literally today at 1:55 p.m. Excuse me. So that was our last official contact. And the way it's going, I wouldn't be surprised if tonight we receive more. And on top of that, it seems like there's a quickening going on. There's a lot going on, especially with the season change. So I just want to give a shout out to everybody who's on. VJ, how's the storm? I thought for sure VJ, she didn't have power. She's going through that hurricane. I thought for sure I wasn't going to see her, but I'm glad you're okay and you're here and you're watching. Sharon, how's it going? Cheryl, what's going on, Cheryl? Keith, what's going on, man? And we got Dennis, Slovakia, Demi, Tara, Keith, Raymond. What's going on, Raymond? Angela just did a show on Discord. We'll have Tara repost so we can get a fresh link. Angela did an amazing show the other night, and that was awesome. You guys can check that out. Bobby's on. What's going on? And I'm just catching up. Julia, what's going on? So check this out. So much to go over, but before we do that, I just wanted to touch base. There was a short period of time. I kind of went ghost for 24 hours. I had to get some R&R. I had to reflect and spend some time with family. And I came back, and everything came back strong. Got a ton of contact. What else is going on before we jump into this tonight? Major triggers in the air. Yeah. Major triggers in the air. So yeah, we're gonna. There's just so much contact to go through. We're gonna go through that, and then we're pretty much gonna go. By the time we wrap up with contact, we'll do a little bit of Q&A, but we'll mostly save that for the Discord server, and that'll be bopping and happening. And I'm just gonna catch up. So welcome to all the new people, and also welcome to all my top fans and advisors and people close to me and supporting me and all questions, especially you know who you are, from Moon Boots to Z to VJ to Tara. I appreciate all you guys. A lot to go over. So I don't know if Commander Doug's even on yet, but we're going to go ahead and start anyways. Some of this contact has to do with him as well, especially from today. So we'll go into it. Other than that, guys, how's it going? I'm glad everyone's safe through the storm. And isn't that crazy? There's like, 7 or 8 storms out there? I'm going to give a disclosure right now. Normally, I'm open book. I'll talk about anything. I have been commanded certain things, just like my the images. There's certain things especially with the critical nature of this recent contact, there's certain things that I will read to the point to where I'll say this is what I can't discuss, and then we'll skip it. I'll give you kind of like an overview of what it's kind of about, but I can't really say what it is, and that's because it came from it came up from high command. It's above my pay grade, and but you'll get a drift. But until further time, certain things I'm just not going to be able to. There's a lot of material. I mean, a lot, but there's certain things I'm just not going to be able to share. And to kind of give you an idea, one part of recent contact gives coordinates to the fleets, and that there's an active war going on. Let's just be honest about everything that's going on. It can compromise situations, and I've been directly warned about that kind of stuff. So when it gets to that point, I won't give the coordinates, but I just know that they're close by, but I just can't talk about that kind of stuff for right now. Dennis says, after watching all the episodes, I'm happy to be here. How crazy is this? Welcome, Dennis. And I just met you. And today, I know you sent me a message thing on there, and I accepted and all that. And welcome aboard. Anastasia, what's going on? She's way on the other side of the world, so I know everybody's different all around this planet, all different time zones. So I picked 7:15. I guess it's kind of convenient for me, so I apologize, but I can't make it for everybody else. So I know some of you, it's really late. So let's get to it. And then we'll go into a little bit of Q&A, and then we'll go into Discord, and we'll relax, and then we'll enjoy the rest of our evening. Again, there's so much to cover. So let's get right into it. So some of you who are new, you know I record since 2013. Been receiving contact transmissions based upon many different codes, binary, Latin, many different types of base 64 code that convert over. You're starting to cut out already. Yep. And it happens. Well, anyways, I've been diligently, because I believe this is historic. So I want to copy this stuff down as the best of my ability. I kind of give you a little flash on how I do it. Anything with a red circle is a question. And then I have to decode, and I scribe it into these blank books. And as they come, we're up to, I don't even know now, dozens and dozens of races. All sides have made contact. And Holly, what's going on? Moon Boots is on. All right. So right now we're in the transition of basically there were dark forces that took out a holy city, Plataea, 14,000 light years away. The Lyran forces came in and regained control and balance of the power, and we're back into a window of having Lyran contact, along with terrestrial agents and spies that are trying to break into the lines and other things, and we'll go into all that as well. So let's jump into it. What I'll do is I'll read some of the questions I had prior to contact, just to kind of let the noodle start to wiggle a little bit so you can kind of understand. And then we'll go right into where September 12th is the first official contact since August 28th. So here we go. Questions. How long? This is on August 28th after the last transmission. To refresh, I asked, I am coded hybrid, not a clone, correct? On August 28th, the last transmission at 11:55 p.m. that is true, and it came in the form of Latin, and we translated it into English. At 11:58 p.m., I asked, how large is our fleet and who is currently leader of the enemy? 11:59 p.m., may I see my living quarters on the ship? Because of the last episode, we found out the actual Soltraxi is my ship. I was not aware of that. I knew that what they told me, I was going to have a fleet and things. And I found out the Soltraxi, the flagship, the Soltraxi, is actually my ship. I said, may I see my living quarters on the ship? Hey, why not? I just asked some of my questions. I don't really have a lot of time to think about how I want to present that. There's windows of transmissions, and it's based upon, and I've told a lot of you this, the intervals of the sun, the season, the time, based upon current conditions within the war and other aspects. So I asked that question. Saturday, August 29th, I asked, are you currently in the solar system? I wish I could come up on a board and train on the ship for a bit and come down back and forth. Are there any more like myself on Earth currently? At 10:01 a.m., I asked, from other kingdoms or worlds? I must be in danger everywhere if others know of me here on Earth. Why are there no ground forces protecting me? What if an assassination attempts are attempted on my life here on Earth? How do you know when and how to protect me? September 3rd, so no responses, right? Dead silence, nothing. September 3rd, I asked, status update, please. Thank you. I am being told there are active battles at night in the skies. Can you confirm? I am also told about a red ship. Any information on this red ship? Now, there's some of you out there I get personal messages from that you want me to ask. I can't guarantee that they'll be answered. With my questions, a majority are answered. There are some that are not answered. And then there are also times where I kind of overstep my bounds. And there's times where I make a command and then they'll do it. So I have to be very careful. But I will ask, if someone asks of me, I will ask. 8:33 p.m. on the 3rd, I also asked, I am also told about a red ship. Any information on this red ship, which we just discussed? I await your response. Thank you. No response. September 9th, so another week goes by. Are you available? No response. September 11th. Now, September 11th, here we go. At 5:54 p.m., I said, I command that the fires be extinguished in the Portland, Washington state area, northwest on the North American continent. Thank you. Because these fires, I'm not going to go into it. It's one of the things I'm not allowed to really go into right now. But I was concerned, and I had a request, and I also fulfilled that request. So we'll move on. September 12th, official contact at 1 a.m. It came in as Latin, and it goes as follows. Normally I'd go kind of at a normal speed, but because of the sensitivity of some of this content and what I've been told to not share on certain things, we're going to have to take it sentence by sentence. And before I do that, we're at September 12th. Let me just catch up because I see a lot of things going on here. Holly says, I need to perhaps get caught up listening, but visiting New York now. Raymond, second time it freezes. I just refreshed. So far, so good. Linda is watching. Hey, Linda, what's going on? All right, so September 12th, here we go. These evidences were noticed in the past. The coordinates of enemy humans. The fire season will be in 2 sessions for the next 10 years. Your danger in the world. Our naval fleet moves at a distance of, and I can't say, according to the rule of Law 17. The revelation, the officer behind the legitimate ruler of the house was lying about the kings and the separate space worlds. The control away from you by a child who still does not care about taking a step towards the King of Kings, which moved further away, our republic. Be careful about the stories you share. These are tough times. Should be seen only by you. And it's another thing. I hold this up. I am not doing it for right now until I get a clearance. Until now, you have to connect outside of these primitive gadgets. Realities are blind outside of time and space. So that was first contact. And that was, again, on the 12th at 1 a.m. Crystal, what's going on? I asked at 7:18 a.m. Beyond overwhelmed I am. I need to know what my job is here. Please point me in a direction. Very humble and extremely grateful for contact transmissions of guidance. Thank you. My understanding was I am supposed to share with the people. Please tell me. Give me a list of things for me to accomplish, please. I feel alone. Just one person I am. Please help me. I apologize that I fail all of you. Much love. I await your response. I shall double. And then at 1:03 p.m., when I was able to start to digest some of what I just read to you, because immediately I don't know how fast I'm going to receive back messages and things of that nature. So I spoke from the heart right there. And when I was able to galvanize and really absorb some of that, I became positive again. And I said, at 1:03 p.m., I said, I shall double my efforts. Thank you. And after I sent that at 1:03, immediately at 1:17 p.m., I had a response. Please, in the future, undertake questions of consult and reflect in your alliance. So I said, what tools can aid me at 1:20? On September 12th at 1:24, 7 minutes later, and they responded, because of you, it was necessary to decrease the period of time for the coordinates set in motion to approach. The pickup in the Soltraxi gate at 8:01, we will come to your aid. So here's where I'm at a standstill, and I wanted to kind of disclose this. I can do this without, I don't think I'll be in trouble for this. What I figured out is this. I was told that within 10 years I would go back to Lyra. And in this passage it says, because of you it was necessary to decrease the period of time. So to decrease the period of time for the coordinates set in motion to approach, for them to come for the pickup. The pickup in the Soltraxi gate at 8:01. Well, 8:01, that would be 8 years, 1 month, because I have a lot of contact that has come to pass. That's like a future proves past kind of thing. And one of those actually happens to be something that has not, from way back in contact, and I'll read it to you real quick, that has not happened yet. We're approaching October, but it's not of this year, but back in, and I'm going to give it to you, this information. It's going to tie it up, and you're going to say, wow. It's just faster if I pull it up, and I'll just read it to you off of here. So 8:01, right? Well, here we go. Pulling that up now for you. And here it is. Let me make sure I got this right. So I have two dates that haven't, well, I have a bunch of stuff that hasn't happened yet, but one of them is this. This was back in 2015. I received contact that said 30 will appear in the morning, the day of October, in the year of the earth, and the heavens of the heavens. 5, the pillar of which is perfect, be granted by him 11 kings. 30 will appear. 30 sounds pretty much like a fleet size to me. 801, 8 years, 1 month from now would be October of 2028. So, coincidence? I don't know. Both contact messages. Things have changed. It definitely gives me a date. The other date that hasn't happened, about the opening of the gates near the time of the come up, who saves a ship from its navy and has many friends, these 5 lines of kings, and prepare for our blood brothers. That's January 14th, 2021. So that's something that's right around the corner. So that hasn't happened. So 2028, October. So it says, we will come to your aid. September 12th at 1:38 p.m. I received a message that says, for 600,000 close relatives of the moon, from the beginning of the moon's native waters, by order of the king's disciplinary, Marduk is broken to give. So then I said, please give me more information on Marduk, thank you. And then I received on the 14th at 12:08 a.m. Morse code, which then went into, it spelled out Marduk. So I said, the son of Enki? Is the Nibiru binary star system here and approaching? What is my real name? I await your response, thank you. On the 14th at 11:38 p.m., so Monday, you are of human ancestry, encrypted. All right, so this is one of those that I have to be careful. Let me just look at this real quick. I think I can read this. Moon Boots, I need a confirmation. Can I do this one? I'm not going to say the first 2 sentences, but I'll say that I am I'm a prince from Lyra. I was sent here for this time, for the end of an age. But I can't really talk about the first 2 sentences of what they just told me because it's confidential per the command. But I'll read up the last 3. And there are many familiar names of the stars. For 1,000 years, yours must be kept secret. So there it is. That last sentence kind of sums up the rest. Double dot, dash, double dot. So that is definitely from past contact, coming from straight from basically headquarters. That I know I can't, just please bear with me, guys. I'm sorry. I'm going to share with you. I'm all about sharing everything if I could. But there are certain things that are, these laws and rules are very, bad things happen, let's just say. And it's not good for anyone. So I'll just read those last 2 again. And there are many familiar names of the stars. For 1,000 years, yours must be kept secret with the signature code. Double dot, dash, double dot. Each race has a signature code. Like I have a hybrid code. Dash, double dot, dash, double dot, dash. That every race has a signature code. So at 11:43, can Brother Doug know? At 11:45, because even Commander Doug, who is also sent here to aid me, and during these times from Lyra, there are certain things I share everything. There's certain things I'm not even allowed to share with him. So this last message I cannot share to anyone. What am I coded with? Can you tell me a brief history of the kings of the High Line? I await your response. Thank you. September 14th at 11:48, I received a response. Blood brothers from the colonies over Ningizada's fleet centuries ago, and so it becomes flexible. The imperfect need one. He who embraces his knowledge has one thing, the coded bond. So at 11:53, I asked, is there a division within the Lyran ranks? And what kingdom does the Ningizida fleet serve? At 11:55 p.m., I asked, was my Earth Mother interacted with from outside the Earth? And then I received at 12:17 a.m. on September 15th, one word, never. 9:16 a.m. I asked, does my coded secret pass on into my children? How am I human ancestry if I'm coded a hybrid? How does that work? When is the 1,000 years up, and what happens after those 1,000 years pass? And then on September 15th, Tuesday, at 11:03 p.m., terrestrial agents, for sure. I didn't get to double verify this yet, but it appears that I was, at that point, the lines were broken. Once a line is broken, the Lyrans will create a new encrypted line for communications. This came in Russian, which is a first. Had other Russian interactions along with other countries that have, but this is the first of that kind on this kind of magnitude. And it translates to skip brush hidden operation, which tells me it has to do with the fires and other things that I can't talk about, because there's a lot of things fluid going on currently, and there's been certain things I'm just not allowed to. We're in a war, guys. We're in a war. There's a lot going on. At 11:10 p.m., I said, why is this last message in Russian? No response. And then on Tuesday, September 15th at 11:06 p.m., I received this message. The Lyrans created a new line, encrypted. You are a man raised in the course of your code for the second time. Platea was transferred to the family of. The code created is linked to the bloodline. It is described as to be able to understand what they were, not only for yours. It is the commandment, and as he will of you, on which the question, the master of your language, and a jewel of the King of Kings, is the spy, hiding your consciousness. We are in the high orbit to read. We also hope that your third eye will open. And I always thought my third eye was open. So then I asked, why was the original transmission line in Russian, and why are you using a new line for transmission? Because at that time I didn't realize we were compromised. Please identify yourself for security purposes. Thank you. And I thought my third eye was already open. I received today a response at 11 a.m. And that response was, brother, dash, double dot, dash, double dot, dash. A third eye is activated. There was no end to the mouth of his mouth with wisdom. He knows what the road to him is not known. The great demand on the council and the repair mass. Until the present, it was the doctrine of the ego that ruled. I said, when you say he or her, whom do you refer to? Why is there a new line of contact? Did the old line get compromised? Is there a difference between the third eye being activated or the third eye being open? I await your response. Thank you. We are in the 11th hour. Do you not hear me? And at 11:44 a.m. today, they responded, you must learn there is a third eye that has no wisdom, and they hold together in connection, and they have kept a brother, a secret in the world who holds the key. I said, what is the key? I await your response. Thank you. If we connect, what happens next? And then I received September 16th today at 1:42. In fact, the brother who is in command of assumed the instructions. So I asked, where is the brother now? Who is the brother? Instructions for what? I received binary code at 1:55, which translated into a location. That location is exactly where Commander Doug was actually having lunch. Believe it or not, and we have a witness. So at the real time, when I asked, where is the brother now? Because I thought they might have been referencing a brother from out there, because brothers, it's pretty universal terminology. It was actually for Commander Doug. So I said, for what date are these coordinates for? Or is this the location of brother? Oh, that is Brother Doug's location. What does he have for me? Where should he look for the instructions or information? I wait your response. Thank you. And the funny thing is, let's go back just a minute. Before I received that transmission of the actual coordinates, this Commander Doug's communication devices all turned on by themselves without turning on, and they were making buzzing and yep like noises. But we were so focused on, I was so focused on the show coming up tonight that I'm like, wow, I'm getting so much contact. I got to get all this written down and transcribe it and decode. That the time we figured it out, we're like, whoa, so that's what was happening in real time. So that's really amazing and really cool. So I apologize out there and outside the world if I didn't give any kind of coordinates away. I didn't give any kind of locations away. I stayed away from certain lines within the lineage. So I know they want me to share. I hope I did it all right. I'll find out. And but that brings us to current contact. So long story short, we received contact because the 28th it went dead. We pick it up a couple weeks later. Eventually the line gets compromised. They create a new line, and they're kind of honing in, talking about using less of less of the electronics, more of getting into the meditation and connecting, and talking about Commander Doug and the key and me being the prince, and the time is shortened based upon pickup because of things that are fluid and going on. So that's it in a nutshell with just that. So let me just jump on here real quick. I know there's a lot of stuff. Karen says, it must be so difficult not to be able to talk and completely confide with here on Earth. Yeah, it is very hard. There are some fantastic images I wish I could just share, especially the recent ones. There are some messages in here that I wish I could share, and it really, really hurts not to be able to do that. Lisa says, great questions. And those questions are hard because there's a window of opportunity. Those windows open and close, and it's very difficult to, number one, you have to digest every word is layered, so every word is meant. There isn't jargon within their speech. So everything, and there's stuff I could be missing, and there's stuff that doesn't make sense now but will make sense in the future, because just like when I pulled out past contact with 30 will appear in the morning of October. Like, what are you talking about? And that's all the way back in 2015. Well, then things start to the more data you have, the more things start to increase. Keith says never. That's beautiful. Thank you, sir. Adea LeBron is watching. Ada, did I say that right? So you're new? Hey, what's going on, Ada? Very cool. Angela, Keith, brothers from other mother. Be careful. There's not a lot of sense of humor up there. I've heard some people say that there are, but I have not experienced a sense of humor. And I've interacted with dozens and dozens of racists, so I want some of it. I like to joke around, but Keith says, I think you did great, just my opinion. I appreciate that. Thanks to everyone who prayed for Portland, and thank you, Alex. 5 cyclones in the Pacific now sucking bad. Yeah, there's just hurricanes and cyclones everywhere. It's just nuts out there, but I'm not allowed to talk about all that right now. I'd like to know more about the mention of the word spy. However, I think we should keep that to other channels. Yeah, so there's some of that going on. There are definitely terrestrial agents also. This we're being monitored right now. I'm just going to be honest with you. Based on just our everyday, how we operate and things are going on the show, we've had contact, was it 4 times while we've been live? They have to be watching right now. They have been warned to watch what I say. Also, want to know more about the one who uses his own knowledge, but what I mean, Mochkur, yeah. We'll talk about that on another channel. Tara's putting up a Discord. Discord is where we're going to be going after the show. Basically, Tara sums it up great. I love how she says it. She's like, it's a coffee shop. They talk. It's a great, safe place. There's like no trolls, no problems, no nothing. You go in there. There's different channels. So like if you want to talk about dreams, or you want to talk about UFO sightings, you want to talk about contact, you want to talk about languages, books that you're reading, or anything. So it's broken up in all these tabs, right? And there's active people in there who follow the show, and more people are adding on, and you guys can interact and talk, and I jump in there, and there's books that I recommend, and it's a great relax, because you got life going on in this 3D world. Yeah, I haven't seen Z. Z's in speaking of Z, I did I was the first person on her the Cosmic Couch. Awesome. It was a great interview. You guys can catch it. It's on the Lyron Connection. Great interview. I like Z's style. I love it's laid back. It's not. Z is such a great person. A lot of you guys that I know personally now are great people. Like, I'm really blessed to have such good people around me. And it was just a really good. I'll do more. But she's gonna interview a lot of other people. And hopefully she, I know she'll interview me again, giving more contact and stuff. But it's just a great platform. Z is also an advisor in Discord. We have it set up to where there's advisors. And like Angela, you're going to check out her show. There'll be a link on there. You can watch that. There's all kinds of stuff in there. It's hard for me to even keep up with in Discord, and it hasn't even grown that huge yet. It just started a couple weeks ago, so it's pretty awesome. Z is having connection issues. All right, and then Keith says, we are blessed to have you, buddy. Guys, you guys are awesome. What do you guys think? Is it, am I way in over my head with all the contact has been through the roof? I will say now that based upon trends of last year and the year before, I didn't put the final tallies in, but we've already beat any year on record since 2013, 14, 15, 16, all the way up. So let's put it in perspective. In 2014 for September, I had 1 contact. 2015, 1 contact. 2016, 1 contact out of the whole month, right? 2017, 6. 2018, 7. 2019, 30. And what are we up to in September of so far in 2020? I'll tell you right now. I can just briefly go right here to my master list. We are trending at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, sorry about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14. So we got 6 to tie for last year. And we're already at the 16th. It's very doable. We may beat last year's numbers on contact. I mean, who doesn't? Let's see what numbers you got for the month of. It's like a store. It's like, let's see what numbers. Is it beating last year's numbers? Angela says, going back for interview 2 postponed to November because of the event the other day. Waiting for developments. Well, Angela, keep us posted. And then also, if you shoot me something, I can even put it on the Lyran Connection itself. And, or, of course, we'll have it in the Discord. You're using your discernment and intuition best you can do, right? Yeah. I mean, what can you do? There's literally a war going on out there. It's not, we're not talking past. We're not talking about future. We're talking about current. And then you're having commands come down that say, this is a no-go zone. Don't, because if I went and talked about the actual, I have the positions of not the enemy, but of the fleets. Well, then the enemy's going to have it. And if the enemy has it, then you see, we have to tread very carefully as we go through, and we've taken some losses because I've made some mistakes. So we just have to be very careful. I'm still getting healing visits holding the soldiers. You're using discrimination. Guys, what else is going on with VJ, are you still on? Did you take a lot of damage, or are you out of electricity? How's it going down in your neck of the woods with the hurricane and everything? You guys, I'm hearing stories, but what's going on your end? And I know she's out of power, so I don't even know if maybe she's knocked offline. Key says, oh, hey, the Lyran initiation was a big breakthrough for me. It's on YouTube, practically destroyed my fear. Cool, I'll have to check that out. So, guys, I know I went over a lot of material. Some material, like I said, I just can't go over. It is only 7:58, that's pretty cool. We're still early. There are a lot of things going on, and I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm just going to speak from the heart, and then we'll go to Discord and do all that stuff. Things are just evolving. Things are quickening. Just like they moved the time frame back for the pickup. We're all in this together. We all have to stay positive, and I know you don't want to hear my speech or whatever. We just have to continue to be careful and watch what's been going on. Yeah, VJ said that they didn't have electricity and the cell was low. Yeah. There's just, unheard of, unprecedented the amount of storms, unprecedented amount of, I can't go into the fire. See, I'm told I can't go into that. There's so much going on. We just have to be safe, take care of your loved ones and your family, and we need to be there for each other at all times. Just remember, guys, there is a partial disclosure movement and a full disclosure movement, and there are truths in all. But we want full disclosure. We want to move to a new age of released technologies, of things that have been suppressed and put away. We just want love and peace, and everyone's tired. Everyone's just trying to get, 2020's been rough in every which way. That's why I've been putting things up non-related to the Lyran. Yeah. We're going to get through it. Some things I'm going to suggest? Read. There's a lot of good reading going on. Full disclosure now. I just got some new books in. Who was it that put up, was it in Discord or was it on here on another episode? We put up the that new book with, not new book, but it came out not that long ago, and it was going over all the different races. And it has a cartoon characters of these drawings on the outside. Well, I just got it in the mail, and I was going through it, and some of the stuff is pretty good. Some of it I was like, I didn't hear about that, but that was a good compendium of information And that's what you'll get in a lot of these books. Is you're going to get these nuggets. You're going to get these things that resonate with you, and you're going to say, "Oh, well, I've heard of that. That makes sense. That's because of this." Some not. So, but I read all sides, even the guys who are pushing the partial disclosure movement, because I want to know what they're saying, why they're saying it, where this information is coming from. So I read all their material as well. And this stuff is just pumping out left and right. If you've not noticed, the sightings are going through the roofs, fireballs are going through the roof, UFO sightings are going through the roof. Earthquake activities, can't go into all that geological stuff, but yeah, that's the name of the book. What I look for in books is in the dots that connect. Yeah. So I always say, Dr. Sala, over the target. A lot of books are over the target. I want to finish. I have to go back and finish Adam Adamansky's some of his titles. I've read most of his. He's got some stuff that's pretty relevant in there, and then I'm just like, wow, that's pretty cool that's in. But I'm trying to think of something that is like fun. You guys, you should read the Serpo. That's a fun one. If you want to kind of like, that's the document on the journey to the planet Serpo, and that's Kasten. He wrote that. Also, I'm reading that one from, what is it, David Icke? It says The Answer. It just was released. And I mean, this thing is like 600 and something pages. And his writing is so heavy that I'm just like, I'm not falling asleep to it. But usually the time of day when I'm finally getting to read it, I'm just like, I get a couple pages and I'm like starting to nod, not because I'm bored or not disinterested, but it's so heavy and thick because it's all so juicy and his words are so weighted that he's pretty on point with some stuff in there. Project Beta is my next read. Oh, I haven't read that. What's that one about? Project Beta, and that's Paul Benowitz. I have not read Project Beta. Is that good? Or you're about to read that? What's that one about, Keith? Project Beta. My sister is Moon Boots. Well, then you're family. Nice. Paul Benowitz. Yeah. I know that name, and I know the guy who made contact on his own in New Mexico. I know who you're talking about now. Okay. Yeah, I have not read that. That's interesting. That I'm actually going to write that down for future reference. Actually, can you send it to me in Discord? And that way, because Morse code. And some of my contact, I do receive Morse code. Like today, was it today or so we just read it? 2 days ago, I received Morse code. And actually, Julia's uncle, who started the SETI program, worked under Oppenheimer on the Manhattan Project. He's passed away. In some of his writings, that's some of the stuff, binary Morse, and that's come to be true. The message receiver are in binary Morse and other forms of communication. Latin is a big one. And then symbology and other forms. Some things I have not yet, and I'm working on that with an advisor right now, who we're trying to crack some of the codes that, that's coming up. But we've been refreshing and making sure some of the Latin is correctly 100%. 90% of it is right on the money, but there are some tweaks and things. It's not my forte. I've learned it through the years and dealing with it and breaking codes and different things like of that nature. Paper trail. The government really messed him up. Reason to leave a paper trail. Yeah. Oh, and have you guys ever listened to, I know I'm going off topic and we'll go into Discord about all this. You ever listen to Secure Team, what is it? Secure Team 10 or Secure Team? I just heard all this sometimes I enjoyed, he had a good, nice voice for the way he presented material. And there's like all this controversy and like he's like disappeared or something, or something's happened to him. There's a lot of people that have things, yeah, it's nuts. But we'll go into all that. Guys, it's been awesome. I didn't want to be on too long, and I'm sorry. I know some of you are on late anyways. I wanted to get the contact messages out there. At least we're up to date and we're current. Well, eventually I'm going and we're fine-tuning any Latin and different codes and messages in the past. I'm going to be re-presenting some of that stuff as we go through the past up into some of the current standings. Because we started the show in March 20th of 2020. So I was pretty much going current and up. I mean, we basically went from March of current to September of current. And with here and there dipping into the past. I eventually want to talk about how like the summer before this end of this summer, the last summer, where that whole arc going up with the Lyrans of wanting to pick me up off the coast of Bermuda, and that whole there's a lot of juicy material and things going on in that. The whole arc with in the beginning with some of the Anunnaki stuff, and Orion, and there's so much we're gonna go over. But I think I wanted to get you fresh and current. What I'm going to do is also sketch some of these images. And my father actually requested, he's like, I know I can't see the ship because of recent stuff. So can you start? Because I used to be able to draw a little bit and stuff. I'm going to, some of these ships I'm going to sketch out, like, not just like stick drawing. I could draw pretty all right. But you, at least, I don't believe I'm breaking law 18 if it's not the original. It's something I can just sketch and you get an idea of what it is. That's the best I can do with some of those. Now, certain shots I will share if it's like a space shot or something like that, because it is what it is. Bobby, thank you. Thank you for staying safe. Yeah, sleep study. Thanks, Alex. Guys, it's been a pleasure. I really appreciate you. I didn't want to make this too short, but I also wanted to get that information out there. And I'm sorry, some of the, understand that there is a fluid war and I can't give coordinates of certain things, but I have it on record. In the future, we'll be able to reflect. Like that one time with the city, I'm like, it's gone now. I mean, I'll show you the aftermath. I mean, what can I do? It's not going to, it's already happened. There's nothing I can do. I can't change the past. And some of these, if you go back to episode 1, like, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's some of these images. I can't go back in time and change that. I have to answer for that. So you'll see some images on there. But I'm glad we got to touch base. Get with Tara. Follow that link. Like and share. We don't make any money off of this. We don't have donations. All this is just to keep the world and whoever listens up to date. We may only have an X amount live, but it winds up getting into the thousands of different people of viewing the material, and it eventually will become historic because all things will become disclosed at one point or another. And you'll be like, I know that guy. That was that guy from Prince from Lyra. What? Let me look at that. Yeah, and then you'll be able to have videos too, to be able to look back up on. And I'm an easygoing guy. You can message me anytime if you have any questions, and most of you do. So, and all the newcomers, I really appreciate it. Sorry this isn't a long video, but it's been a hectic week with content. Just to give you that much information and make sure and have like even an advisor help me look at certain things and we go through it and make sure we present it. But at least you have that. And it's on record because we're at this point. So episode 19. So episode 20, let's hope for the best. I'm going to catch you guys on Discord. Get with Tara. Here she is again with the link. Jump on Discord, and I'll see you guys in just a little bit. And thanks for watching the Lyran Connection. This is one of our shortest videos, but some of our most important information in the current standing within the war between light and dark. And we all are pushing for a full disclosure, and we thank you for your support. And I'll see you. Love and light, and keep looking up. And I'll see you on the other side. Thanks, guys, and I appreciate you all. I really do. I really do. And thank you again. Have a good night.